Every second, somewhere in the world, an energy drink is opened. The sound is sharp, instant, promising power, but what most people never see is the industrial machine behind that moment. Before caffeine hits your bloodstream, before taurine floods your system, before sugar or sweeteners trigger a surge of alertness, an invisible process has already unfolded inside massive factories built for one purpose only: speed. Welcome inside the energy drink industry, a multi-billion-dollar global operation engineered not just to produce beverages, but to manufacture stimulation. At industrial scale, these factories don't sleep. They don't slow down. They don't rely on intuition. They rely on precision. Every can that rolls off the line must deliver the same taste, the same effect, the same promise, whether it's consumed in New York, Tokyo, or Berlin. That consistency is not accidental, it's engineered. Inside the factory gates, towering silos, stainless steel tanks, and kilometers of pipelines dominate the landscape. Everything here exists to eliminate variability, because energy drinks are not natural products. They are formulas. Formulas designed to activate the human body in predictable ways. Caffeine levels are calculated to the milligram. Sugar content is optimized for taste and absorption speed. Vitamins and amino acids are balanced for marketing, as much as for function. Even the color matters. Because energy drinks are not sold as hydration, they are sold as performance. And performance leaves no room for error. This is why energy drink factories resemble pharmaceutical plants more than traditional beverage facilities. Clean rooms, sealed environments, automated systems that remove humans from critical processes. Because humans introduce uncertainty, machines do not. As raw materials begin to arrive, powders, liquids, concentrates, the transformation begins. But before a single ingredient is mixed, the factory must answer one question: how do you control energy? The answer lies not in flavor, but in chemistry. And that journey begins at the source. Energy drinks don't start as drinks, they start as data. Inside the raw materials zone, forklifts move with silent efficiency, carrying sealed containers labeled with barcodes, batch numbers, and chemical specifications. Caffeine powder arrives in controlled shipments, extracted synthetically, or from plant sources like coffee beans or tea leaves. Each batch is tested for purity before it's allowed inside production. Too weak, rejected. Too concentrated, rejected, contaminated, destroyed. Because caffeine is not forgiving. A deviation of just a few milligrams can turn stimulation into risk. Nearby, sugar tanks wait, some filled with liquid sucrose, others with high fructose corn syrup. 4.0 versions. Artificial sweeteners arrive in quantities so small, they must be handled with laboratory-level accuracy. Then there's taurine, one of the most misunderstood ingredients in energy drinks. Stored as a white crystalline powder, taurine is weighed with extreme precision. Despite myths, it's not extracted from animals, but its role in the formula is critical. Not for energy, for balance. Taurine modulates how caffeine interacts with the nervous system, smoothing the spike, reducing harshness. Without it, the drink would feel aggressive, unstable. Vitamins follow. B-complex blends niacin, B12, B6, all chosen not only for function, but for label appeal. These ingredients don't just fuel the body, they sell confidence. Everything entering the system is logged, tracked, and verified. Digital inventory systems cross-check quantities in real time. Any mismatch triggers alerts. Nothing moves forward until the formula is complete. And then comes water. But not just any water. Before mixing begins, water undergoes multi-stage filtration, stripping minerals, removing microorganisms, eliminating variables. What remains is chemically neutral, a blank canvas. Only then does the real process begin. Inside massive blending tanks, ingredients are introduced in carefully timed sequences. Temperature, agitation, speed, and dissolution rates are monitored constantly. This isn't mixing, it's engineering reaction. Because energy drinks are sensitive. Add caffeine too fast, and it clumps. Add sugar too late, and texture changes. Add vitamins at the wrong temperature, and potency degrades. Everything must happen in the correct order, at the correct time, at the correct speed. This is where flavor starts to emerge, but only faintly. Because what you taste later is only the surface of something far more controlled underneath. In the next segment, we'll follow the liquid as it transforms from chemical solution into a recognizable energy drink, flavored, colored, carbonated, and prepared for mass consumption. And this is where the pace truly accelerates. At this point, the liquid inside the factory is powerful, but it's still unpleasant. Raw, caffeine is bitter. Taurine is sharp. Vitamins add metallic notes. Left untreated, no one would drink this. So the industry does what it does best. It engineers experience. Inside the flavor development wing, food scientists work with databases rather than recipe books. Flavor profiles are modeled digitally before they are ever tasted. Citrus notes are common, not by accident, but by chemistry. Acidic flavors mask bitterness better than sweet ones. That's why lemon, lime, and berry dominate the energy drink market. Each flavor compound arrives in sealed containers, often as highly concentrated liquids or powders. Some are natural extracts. Many are synthesized, chemically identical, but far more stable. Stability is everything, because energy drinks may sit on shelves for months. Flavor cannot fade. As blending continues, acidity levels are adjusted using citric acid or phosphoric acid. These acids don't just affect taste, they influence caffeine absorption speed. Lower pH accelerates uptake, meaning the kick arrives faster. Then comes carbonation. Carbon dioxide is injected under precise pressure, dissolving into the liquid. The bubbles don't just add texture, they amplify aroma, sharpen flavor, and increase perceived intensity. Carbonation makes energy drinks feel more powerful than they actually are. Psychology matters. Sensors track dissolved gas levels in real time. Too little carbonation, and the drink feels flat. Too much, and cans may rupture during filling. Everything has limits. As color is added, the transformation becomes visual. Bright reds, neon blues, radioactive greens, chosen not to reflect nature, but to signal intensity. Humans associate bright colors with stimulation. The factory knows this. Now, samples are taken. Not by people, by machines. Automated analyzers measure caffeine concentration, acidity, sweetness, color density, and carbonation. If anything deviates even slightly, adjustments are made instantly. Nothing is left to chance. This is not a beverage being made. This is a response being programmed. Once the formula passes every checkpoint, it moves forward, pressurized, flavored, and fully activated. But the drink is still vulnerable. Because the next stage is the most dangerous part of the process, filling. Cans arrive empty, lightweight, fragile, and unforgiving. Aluminum is efficient, recyclable, and fast to cool, but it offers no mercy for mistakes. Inside the canning hall, noise disappears. Machines don't need sound. Conveyors accelerate as thousands of cans per hour enter the system. They are rinsed, sterilized, and aligned with mechanical precision. Then, filling begins. Energy drink flows into cans at astonishing speed, measured, synchronized, controlled. Foam is the enemy here. Carbonation must remain dissolved. Special filling valves allow liquid to enter without violent agitation. Pressure is balanced, temperature is controlled. A fraction of a second to slow, and foam forms. Too fast, and cans underfill. Immediately after filling, lids are placed and sealed using high-speed sealing. These machines crimp aluminum edges, together with microscopic accuracy. This seal must survive pressure changes, vibration, and time. Sensors test seam integrity in real time. Defective seals are ejected automatically, sometimes before the can even reaches the next conveyor. Nothing stops the line unless something catastrophic happens. This is mass production at its most unforgiving. Every can carries not just liquid, but pressure, energy, and expectation. And once sealed, the clock starts ticking. Because energy drinks are chemically active, reactions continue, slowly, invisibly. That's why cans move next into thermal tunnels, where temperature is stabilized. This prevents expansion, contraction, and flavor drift. Only after stabilization are the cans safe. But still, they are anonymous. In the next segment, identity will be added. Labels. Branding. Marketing power. Because in the energy drink world, perception is almost as important as chemistry. At this stage, the energy drink is complete, chemically balanced, pressurized, sealed, but it's still invisible. And in this industry, invisibility is failure. Inside the labeling section, cans move so fast they appear blurred to the human eye. This is where identity is injected, not into the liquid, but into the mind of the consumer. Labels arrive in massive rolls, or as pre-printed cans, depending on the brand. Colors are aggressive, fonts are sharp, designs are bold. Nothing here is accidental. Energy drink branding is built on one goal: instant recognition. Studies show that consumers often choose energy drinks in less than 3 seconds. That means the design must communicate power before logic has time to interfere. Black signals strength, red signals urgency. Neon colors signal stimulation. Even the texture of the can matters. Matte finishes feel premium. Glossy surfaces feel aggressive. Some cans are embossed, adding grip and tactile feedback. The factory controls all of it. Vision systems scan every can for alignment, color accuracy, and print defects. A misprinted logo isn't just ugly, it's dangerous. Brand consistency is non-negotiable, because trust in energy drinks is psychological. Consumers believe a brand will deliver a certain feeling. Focus, alertness, endurance. If the packaging fails to match that promise, the product fails, even if the formula is perfect. And branding goes beyond visuals. Warning labels, caffeine content statements, age advisories. Every word must meet regulatory standards across multiple countries. The same can may be sold in dozens of markets, each with different legal requirements. Factories adapt instantly. Production lines switch languages. Label data updates digitally. One mistake can lead to recalls worth millions. So nothing is left to memory. Everything is automated. By the time cans exit the labeling zone, they are no longer beverages. They are messages. Messages designed to survive competition, skepticism, and fatigue. And now, they must survive the world. Speed returns. Labeled cans, grouped together into perfect formations. Automated packers seal them into cartons or shrink-wrapped packs, optimized for strength and efficiency. Every gram matters. Lighter packaging reduces fuel costs. Stronger packaging reduces damage. Engineers constantly redesign cases to save fractions of cost multiplied across millions of units. Robotic palletizers stack cases with mathematical precision. Each pallet is engineered to survive vibration, humidity, heat, and time. Because energy drinks travel far. From factory floors to warehouses. From warehouses to ports. From ports to trucks, shelves, vending machines, gyms, and convenience stores. This is where the energy drink industry becomes a logistics empire. Digital systems track every pallet in real time. Inventory is optimized to avoid shortages or overproduction. Algorithms predict demand spikes around exams, sporting events, and seasonal changes. Energy is scheduled. A delayed shipment doesn't just lose sales, it loses relevance. Inside control rooms, screens glow with global maps. Containers move across oceans. Trucks leave factories in synchronized waves. But logistics isn't just about speed, it's about resilience. Energy drinks must survive temperature swings that would destroy other beverages. That's why formulations are tested for heat stability, pressure tolerance, and shelf life. Because once the can is opened, there is no second chance. And yet, despite all this power, the industry faces growing resistance. Health concerns, regulatory pressure, public scrutiny, which leads us into the final chapters. In the next segments, we'll explore the controversies, the future of energy drinks, and whether this industry can continue to grow, or if it's approaching a limit. For years, Energy drinks were marketed as fuel. Fuel for athletes, fuel for gamers, fuel for long nights and longer ambitions. But the human body is not a machine. And the relationship between energy drinks and health has become one of the most debated topics in modern nutrition. Inside laboratories far from the factory floor, scientists study how high doses of caffeine interact with the nervous system. Energy drinks don't just wake the body, they stimulate stress responses. Heart rate increases, blood pressure rises. Adrenaline floods the system. For most adults, occasional consumption is manageable. But for teenagers, athletes under strain, or people sensitive to stimulants, the effects can be unpredictable. This is where regulation steps in. Governments across the world impose limits on caffeine content. Labels must display warnings. Age restrictions appear in certain regions. Some countries ban specific ingredients altogether. Factories adapt instantly. Formulas are adjusted. New product lines emerge. Low caffeine, zero sugar, natural energy. But critics argue these changes are cosmetic, because the core appeal remains the same: artificial stimulation. Medical professionals warn that frequent consumption can mask fatigue rather than solve it. Energy becomes borrowed, not generated. And borrowed energy always demands repayment. Inside the industry, this criticism is acknowledged, but companies fund studies. They emphasize responsible consumption. Marketing shifts toward lifestyle branding rather than raw power. The factory responds, not with emotion, but strategy. Because controversy doesn't slow production, it reshapes it. And now, the industry faces an even bigger challenge. One it can't label away: sustainability. Behind every can of energy drink lies a footprint. Aluminum extraction, plastic coatings, global transportation. High energy manufacturing. The environmental cost is impossible to ignore. In response, energy drink companies invest heavily in sustainability initiatives. Aluminum cans are promoted as recyclable, endlessly reusable, if recovered correctly. Some factories now operate with closed-loop recycling systems, where old cans become new ones within weeks. Renewable energy powers certain production lines. Solar panels line factory roofs. Water usage is optimized and recycled internally. But sustainability is not just about materials, it's about volume. As demand grows, so does pressure on resources. That's why innovation accelerates. New formulas aim to reduce ingredient intensity. Plant-based caffeine replaces synthetic sources. Natural flavoring improves public perception. Some brands explore concentrated energy shots, smaller packages, less material, same effect. Others move toward functional beverages, blurring the line between energy drinks, supplements, and nutrition. The factory evolves, machines become smarter, waste decreases, efficiency improves. But the question remains, can an industry built on stimulation remain sustainable in a world demanding balance? The answer isn't clear. But what is clear is that the energy drink factory of tomorrow will look very different from today's. And that future is already being built. The energy drink industry is no longer just about energy. It's about control. Control over dosage. Control over timing. Control over the human experience. As technology advances, factories begin to shift from mass production toward intelligent personalization. Data now shapes development. Consumption patterns are tracked. Preferences are analyzed. Future energy drinks may no longer be one size. Instead, they may be optimized for specific lifestyles. For focus-heavy work, endurance sports, later-night creativity, or mental performance. Inside research labs, formulations are evolving. Caffeine is no longer the centerpiece. New compounds emerge: adaptogens, nootropics, plant-based stimulants. The goal is smoother energy without crashes. Factories prepare for this transition. Production lines are redesigned for modularity. Smaller batch sizes become possible. Machines switch formulas digitally within minutes. Energy becomes programmable. At the same time, packaging may change entirely. Smart cans, interactive labels, QR codes linking to nutrition data, consumption guidance, even biometric compatibility. The energy drink becomes a system, not just a beverage. But with power comes responsibility. Governments watch closely. Regulations tighten. Transparency becomes mandatory. Factories respond by opening their processes, showcasing quality control, safety testing, and sustainability efforts. Because trust is the new currency. And in a world flooded with stimulation, trust may be the most valuable energy of all. Inside the factory, the machines never stop. Cans continue to flow. Pallets continue to move. Energy continues to be produced. But outside these walls, the story becomes personal. Energy drinks are no longer rare. They are embedded in modern life, on desks, in backpacks, at gym floors, and inside long nights. They promise speed, they promise focus, they promise more. Yet the true power of this industry isn't caffeine, it's precision. A system that understands chemistry, psychology, logistics, branding, and human behavior, all operating in synchronized motion. Every sip you take is the final output of thousands of decisions, millions of data points, and machines designed to never get tired. And that raises a final question. Are energy drinks powering us? Or are we powering the system? The factory doesn't answer, it simply continues. If you've watched this far, you've seen what most consumers never will: the industrial reality behind a global obsession. If this documentary changed how you see everyday products, then this channel is for you. Subscribe to Industrial Insight. Explore the systems that build the modern world. Comment which industry we should uncover next. Because behind everything you consume, there is an industry. And behind every industry, there is a story.